I was putting this over here. So today we're watching a video. Ben Shapiro owns transgender and pro-abortion. I'll leave the link to the original video in the description below. I think I know who Ben Shapiro is. I think I've seen a couple videos with him in it, and I like what I hear from him. I don't think I've seen a video where I've been like, okay, no, fuck this dude, he's dumb. Seems to be a pretty smart guy. So I'll leave the link to the original video in the description below. Let me know what you guys think. I haven't seen this video, so let's do this, bitches. Yay.
So, how do you say that some people don't have privilege when you basically just said that trans people aren't valid? They're not a thing. They're just girls pretending to be boys or boys pretending to be girls.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Oh, someone's excited. Okay.
Biological, but gender is a completely different thing.
No, gender is not disconnected from sex. So.
It's not completely disconnected, but it's still a cultural thing. It's still from society. It's
Okay. No, it is not in the mind. Okay, you're not a man if you think you're a man. And I didn't say pretending, or if I did, I shouldn't have said pretending. Let me amend.
You said playing.
Okay, I said a boy who thinks he's a girl. That's the usual phraseology I use. Not playing. I usually say a boy who thinks he's a girl or a girl who thinks he's a boy, which is technically what we're talking about here. As far as the actual psychological issues at play, it used to be called gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder. Now they call it gender dysphoria. The idea that sex or gender are malleable is not true. Okay, and I'm not denying your humanity if you're a transgender person. I am saying that you are not the sex to which you claim to be. You're still a human being, and you're a human being with an issue that I wish you Godspeed in dealing with in whatever way you see fit. But if you are going to dictate to me that I'm supposed to pretend that men are women and women are men, no. My answer is no. I'm not going to modify basic biology because it threatens your subjective sense of what you are.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should like not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place. They can't just like.
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, you set yourself up for that one, hon. I'm sorry. Where does it say that at? In the fucking name Boy Scout. Boy Scout. That's fucking great. Dude didn't even hesitate. He was just like, sit down, bitch. Oh, fuck.
Because this is a very because for all of human history, boy meant boy and girl meant girl. Mm-hmm. Boy did not mean girl. And if I call you a moose, are you suddenly a moose? Okay, if I redefine our terms. No, yes, that's right. Men and women are a completely different thing. This is true. Have you ever met a man or a woman? They're completely different.
You can't just say you're a cat. It's not a thing. It's genders. It's not saying you're.
Okay, why is that? I don't understand. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are. Okay, because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So.
I'm 22, so I'm probably young and naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60? Why aren't you 60?
Because
and why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60?
it's not the same as gender. You can't just.
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age.
You can still legally change it. People recognize.
You can't legally change your age, by the way.
Obviously, you can change your name, you can change your sex, you can change your identity.
Just because you can do things legally doesn't mean that they are correct biologically. You could do lots of things in the past that were incorrect biologically and correct legally. For a long period of time in the United States, sterilization of the mentally ill took place. That didn't make it okay. Skinner versus Oklahoma. Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes wrote the decision.
Right. I still don't understand how you're accepting these children that are.
It's not a matter of open-minded and accepting. I want them to get treatment that they see fit, but that's not involving me. The idea behind the transgender movement as a civil rights movement is the idea that all of their problems would just go away if I would pretend that they were the sex to which they claim membership. That's nonsense. The transgender suicide rate is 40%. It is 40%.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Holy shit. 40%? Damn.
And according to the Anderson School at UCLA, it makes no difference. There's a study that came out last year. It makes no difference virtually no difference, statistically speaking, as to whether people recognize you as a transgender person or not, which suggests there's a very high comorbidity between transgenderism, whatever that mental state may be, and suicidality. That has nothing to do with how society treats you.
Do you think it could be because of they're bullied at school?
No, I don't think that. I do not think that the discrepancy.
I was bullied at school. I mean, oh God, this is such a sensitive, touchy subject. I really try to avoid these things. I really do. Okay, you know, I'm gonna let him finish.
I do not think the discrepancy, first of all, I'm against bullying of any sort, okay? The idea that somebody would beat somebody up is terrible, okay? As somebody who's viciously bullied in high school, I'm not a fan of bullying. But the idea that the normal suicide rate across the United States is 4%. The suicide rate in the transgender community is 40%. The idea that 36% more transgender people are committing suicide because people are mean to them is ridiculous. It's not true, and it's not backed by any science that anyone can cite. It is pure conjecture. In fact, it's not even true that bullying causes suicide, according to a lot of studies. For example, in the black community, where the idea is supposedly that America is a racist society, blacks are bullied a lot. Okay, in the black community has significantly lower suicide rates than in the white community. In fact, in third world countries, the suicide rate is significantly lower than in first world countries. Suicide actually seems to be a privilege of the upper classes, if you actually look at it from a financial perspective. So the idea that suicidality is directly a result of people like me saying, no, men are not women and women are not men, it's not true. It's also...
Do you think it doesn't impact their identity at all, or their depression, or how they feel about themselves?
I think the idea that you're going to sacrifice the entire society's proper definition of sex because you think that there is in legal terms, somebody with an eggshell skull, meaning that somebody who has a pre-existing condition that makes them more susceptible to criticism, that is not a way to run a society. You can't sacrifice truth because some people are going to actually suffer because of the truth. Plus, there's no evidence whatsoever that the suicide rate would go down in the transgender community in a marked way if people just started pretending that men were women and women were men. We're trying that experiment now. We'll find out whether it works. So far, no evidence.
Have you talked to a group of trans people at all instead of just a group of, like, white people?
I'm more than happy to talk to a group of any people who will have me, but usually they protest me.
Okay, last question about your Planned Parenthood thing. So why do you think it's not...
Gives a shit what the color of the group of people was. What does that have to do with anything? We're talking about transgender. The color of your skin means nothing with that. All right, no, I said I'd finish the video.
Not about controlling women's bodies and just about the separate life. Like, after the baby is born, how come when people don't care about them? They don't care where they end up in foster care. They don't care about the mother being poor. Like...
Okay, I do care about the mother being poor. I do care about foster care.
Okay, but why don't you advocate for that, though? Because Planned Parenthood is supposed to prevent abortions.
Because, Planned Parenthood doesn't prevent abortions. They perform hundreds of thousands of abortions a year. They perform 300,000 abortions a year. They're the leading abortion bill in the United States.
Evidence for that, though?
That they perform 300,000 abortions a year from Planned Parenthood. That's my evidence. They don't dispute that. No one disputes that.
Like birth control and cancer.
I'm not anti-birth control.
I know.
Birth control is extraordinarily cheap.
That provides affordable birth control, which would in turn...
Okay, they're not the only people in America who provide affordable birth control. You can go get a pack of condoms down at the local CVS for $12.
Condoms are great. People need medication, too.
Yes, and it's true that most forms of birth control are also extraordinarily cheap on an annualized basis. Unless you have a severe problem, most birth control is very cheap and readily available. And I'm not against people going and getting that from Planned Parenthood. As you may have noticed, I'm mostly against abortion. If you want to go to Planned Parenthood and get a contraceptive, go for it.
Fuck yeah.
I don't care. I do care when you start killing babies. This is a problem.
Exactly.
But what about in rape and incest situations?
Okay, so this is so here's the question.
It's different, yes.
I mean, this is a long conversation, and I'm enjoying it actually, which is why I'm allowing you to stay. But the question of rape and incest. First of all, important to note, rape and incest are not only a vast minority of abortion cases; they're an extraordinarily low percentage of abortion cases. So, if we can first stipulate that all the other abortions are bad, then we can talk about that other one. Can we do that? Are all the other abortions bad, or are those ones okay? And you're just using this as an excuse to make the other ones okay.
They're all okay.
Ah, good. Someone who's honest. So, who's the honest fellow? Who's okay? Yay, honest people. Good. I like the honesty. Okay, so all abortions are okay. So, oh, a sign that I can't read because it has lots of words on it. Okay, so I have one question for you and one question only on abortion. Does the vagina, the vaginal canal, magically confer personhood? Answer, does the vagina magically confer personhood? Yeah, raised hands are okay. You, sir.
No, the first breath does.
The first breath confers personhood. Okay, so if the baby is in the womb and is exactly the same size and has not yet breathed, and you take a knife and you stab the baby in the head, a fully formed 9-month-old baby, it is not a human. The only thing that makes it a human is when it takes a breath. And it has to independently breathe.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to stick to it, yeah, because I'm also pro-capital punishment and pro-selective suicide. So I'm going to stick with it.
Selective suicide? I assume you mean elective suicide.
I mean, elective suicide.
Elective suicide. Okay.
Yes, I'm not going to make someone commit suicide.
Okay, that's good, because that wouldn't be suicide, that'd be homicide.
Right.
So that, by the way, I'm for capital punishment too, because people who kill people should be killed, but babies who have not killed people should not. And this is my basic position on abortion. So let me just, but I'll get your answer because you're the one who asked the question. Are you willing to stipulate that all the other abortions are bad, just rape and incest bother you?
I mean, no, I believe a woman should have the right to
Got it. So it's an excuse, right? So it's an excuse so that we can say that, so that we can take the marginal case and then say that the marginal case applies to all cases. Okay, that's again faulty thinking. But if you want me to answer specifically on rape and incest, here is my basic answer: rapists should be castrated or killed. You shouldn't kill babies. End of story.
But are they ever castrated and killed? Most rapists don't even get convicted.
I agree, and that's usually the left side of the aisle because the left side wants to let them out after 5 years in prison. I want them castrated or killed.
Exactly.
I'm telling you what my belief is. My belief is not public policy at the moment. But I think, would you agree with me on that one? Can we at least get a little agreement to finish this particular parlay? Okay, should rapists be castrated or killed?
Well, yes.
Okay, good, yeah, okay, we agree. Thanks.
All right, okay. So a lot of interesting things brought up. Again, all this is very touchy, especially now. I'm against abortion. I was adopted myself. I do agree with him. All rapists should be castrated and killed. You should not kill the baby, though. If you do not, I understand the emotional hell. I'm not ever going to fully understand it, but I can imagine what kind of nightmare, it was for the woman to go through being raped, and then to know, that baby is the baby of the guy that raped her, and I can't even imagine the kind of fucking mental hell that is. But at the same time, that baby knows nothing. There's absolutely nothing. It is living inside of you. It is living. There is a heartbeat. Heartbeat means a life. You don't need to breathe to have life. That baby is in you, breathing. Don't kill it. Give it up for adoption. I was a baby that was given up for adoption. I was a kid that was given up for adoption, and I don't believe in killing them. I just don't kill children. The end. It's a simple thing. Rapists should be castrated and killed. I completely agree with Ben Shapiro on that. As for transgender, and this is probably where I'm going to catch shit. No matter what I say on this, someone is going to bitch and feel a certain way. I know a few transgenders. I went to goth clubs, I hung out in the, fetish scene. So I know about that. I know about that because, a lot, not a lot, but, some people in goth clubs, there's a good select few in the fetish scene that are transgender, and awesome fucking people, amazing fucking people. Very sweet, very nice, very kind-hearted. A lot of shit going on. A lot of shit going on in their life and in their head and their feelings. And I feel for them. I don't know how to help them. Everyone's on a path of self-discovery. And if you're born a man and you think you're a woman and you want to be a woman, go do you. You go do you. Whatever will make you happy in this life, because you only get to you only get to live your life once. That's it. You only get this fucking life once. And if you're not happy as what you're born into the world as, and you want to change it, and we have that option, and now by all means fucking go do it. But oh God, how do I explain this? All right, for example, you got men who are, doing sex changes, and now they want to use the woman's room. If you still have a dick, stay out of the woman's room. You still have a dick, stay out of there. Go to the men's room. Go to the men's room. Until that dick and balls is gone, go to the fucking men room. Go men room, English. Go to the men's room. It's just my opinion. It's my fucking opinion. It doesn't mean it's right. Okay? But until the cash and prizes are gone, you go to the men's room. Okay? Just, it's right. To me, I feel like that's right. It doesn't matter. A toilet is a toilet. It shouldn't fucking matter. The fact that people are getting all bent out of shape over a toilet in a restroom in restaurants, I think is a bit over fucking just, it's ridiculous. If you're a man and you want to be a woman, be a woman. If you're a woman and you want to be a man, be a man. I don't care. I don't care. It has nothing to do with my life. Who am I to tell you how to live yours? If it makes you happy, be happy. But with that said, again, if you're mid-process or you still look like a man and you're working on being a woman, but you still look like a man, I'm still gonna call you dude. I'm still gonna call you, if your name's like, fucking Chris, don't ask me to call you Christina because you still have a fucking beard, dude. I'm gonna call you Chris. If you still look like Chris, you're gonna be fucking Chris. Okay? Until you no longer look like Chris, then I will call you Christina. Whatever you want me to call you. I will fucking call you Jetpack if you want. I don't care. I don't care. Everyone's talking like this is such a sensitive debate. And if your name's fucking, I don't know, Ashley, and you're working on fucking becoming a man, as long as you look like a woman, I will continue to call you Ashley. I will not call you Ashton until you look like a dude. Why? Why not? You look like a chick. I'm going to call you what you are. You're a chick. I'm going to call you by a chick name. It should not upset you or anything. I'm still treating you as a person. I'm not being shitty to you. I'm not treating you any differently. I'm not fucking looking down on you and talking down to you. I don't care about what you can identify as. I don't care. I don't fucking care enough. I do care if you have a dick and you're using a woman's restroom, but you're in a skirt, okay? My daughter uses the woman's restroom. I don't need my daughter seeing that kind of shit. Okay? And accidents do happen, okay? I don't need that for my daughter at the age she is. When she gets older, I will gladly have that conversation and that talk to her about, how fucked up human beings are in the head, how we treat each other, how shitty we can be, and how some people want to be something else because they identify as that more and they're happier as that. And there's nothing wrong with that. By all means, if it makes you happy, fucking do it. So, at this age she's at now, she's still at a very young age. I don't want to have that conversation yet. I don't think there's a need to. A few years there will be that need to. I know it. I'm gonna have the birds and the bees talk with her. But yeah, if you still have a dick and balls and you're using a woman's room, no, not cool, dude. Just go the other way. Go to the men's room. Go in there. If you're in a skirt, oh wow, that's. How do I say it? How do I figure it out without coming off sounding like some piece of shit, ignorant prick? If you're in a skirt and you're still having your manhood down there, use the men's room. That's your choice to wear the skirt that day. I know you feel like a woman. You want to be treated as a woman, but you're not a woman yet. You're not a woman yet. So until you are actually fully woman, use the men's room. That's it. That's it's as simple as that. When you are no longer anything on you, manhood, just no longer man, use the woman's room at that point. Or should we just come up with a third bathroom for transgender? I mean, that's the point where it's getting at. I think society nowadays is just we're picking at every little thing just to have something to be upset about and certain people to blame problems on. And there's so much more bigger things going on in this world than I'm a man that wants to be a woman. Why can't I use the woman's restroom? I mean, we've got bigger issues going on than this shit. And I'm not saying that that's not important. But in the grand scheme of things, it really fucking isn't. Use a bathroom. Just pick a fucking bathroom and use it. If you still have your shit going on downstairs, and you still got your cash and prizes, use the men's room. Women, if you still have a fucking vagina, if you still got the taco going on down there, use the woman's room, okay? I don't care what you identify as. That's you. That's you. But if you still look, and you could try to look, put a dress on or fucking, lumberjack clothes and try to look the other sex. But if you still look like you are the sex you were born in this world, then continue using the correct restrooms for your fucking, means. It's such a fucking. Oh, I'm gonna catch so much shit for this fucking video and just my opinion, because apparently nowadays you're not allowed to have opinions. You're only supposed to agree with the majority. And I'm not saying treat transgenders like shit. They're fucking people. Everyone just wants to be happy. I have nothing against transgender. I know a few transgenders. And they're really fucking cool people, as I've stated. Really awesome, fucking laid back, chill fucking people. The one guy I knew who was working on, becoming a girl. His name was, I think his name was Brandon, and he was working, and he wanted everybody to call him Brianna. And I still called him Brandon. And he had no fucking problem with it. I'd see him in the men's room, in his skirt and everything. I'd talk to him, shoot the shit. I'd hug him, give him a kiss and everything. It's just a fucking person. It's just a fucking person. It's just a person at the end of the fucking day. You strip away all that other bullshit. Who cares if he wants to be something else? Whatever. Who gives a shit? It's his life. Let him be happy. Don't pick on somebody because they're doing something that could possibly make them happier as a person. But there are certain things you just, in my opinion, and again, it doesn't mean it's right. There are certain things, like if you still got your shit down there and you're a man, use the men's room. If you still got your shit down there and you're a woman, use the woman's room until everything is fucking fixed and switched and done. And all that. Then once it's all said and done and over with, then use your fucking restrooms. If a man's becoming a woman and everything's done and said and done, then you could use the woman's room, and same for women to men. And it's such a sensitive subject. But yeah, I agree with Ben so far on everything that I've seen on this. Yes, I agree. So what'd you guys think? Where do you guys stand on this debate? Now again, I didn't, and I want to specify and clarify so much. I have to keep repeating it. I have nothing against transgender. I know several transgender people, and they're fucking awesome. They were so cool, laid back, very nice, very sweet, and I have nothing against them. Awesome, awesome human beings. Probably some of the nicest, most caring human beings I've ever fucking met. I have nothing against them. But if you still have a dick and balls, use the men's room. If you still have a vagina, use the woman's room. Until your shit's taken care of and everything's switched and everything, use the right restroom according to your fucking body part. That's what the restrooms are about. Body parts. Okay? Body parts. That's it. So what do you guys think? What's your opinion on the subject? Later, bitches.